Cancer, this is your week ahead tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. Welcome. My name is Michelle. Thank you so much for coming and checking out my video. And if you're returning, God bless you for supporting the channel. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. It's an energy reading, so please apply the energies that I describe, how they resonate in your life. Interesting. Interesting. Tell me a little bit more. There's big astrology. Absolutely huge astrology. Pluto has moved into Aquarius. It's not big because Pluto has moved into specifically Aquarius. It's big because Pluto doesn't move lightly. And every time Pluto changes signs, could be up to a year, up to 2 years later, Pluto moves like a wrecking ball. So just know that over the next year or so, there's going to be huge shifts that all of us are going to feel. If you want the full rundown astrologically, Cancer, for those of you who are into astrology, go to Astrology Motivation. That's my second YouTube channel. And I promise you, you will love that reading. I do a weekly Cancer astrology forecast for the week, and it's all kinds of in-depth. I said it was interesting because look at what card came out. Now, I love me some sugar, guys, and I love me some food. But I think that that's why the first thing I did, and remember, Spirit is communicating through me, right? It's trying to communicate. The first thing I thought was overindulgence. It wasn't like, oh, the sweet life, good news, party, celebration. I didn't feel that way. The first thing I felt was indulgence, too much, gluttony, excess, maybe even addiction, sugar, toxicity. Just sweets. That's what it says. Taking in a lot of sweets. Taking in maybe too much. Now it's upright. And it's not come out with anything else. I shuffled the deck twice. Let's get into it. God, what do you want Cancers to know about sweets? For a particular set of you, preview to the astrology, you're going to be running into Pluto. You're going to be. And you know what? That's okay. But I'll tell you who in a minute, okay? Cancer, what do you need us to know? I don't want to say anything until I have everything in front of me. Okay. First cards that came out were hard work. So I'm going to say it was something that you worked very hard on. And it meant a lot to you. The work in and of itself. You were prudent. You paid particular attention to it. It meant everything to you. And then we have the Sun card. So it could even represent your children. Taking particular care with your children. Right? With a son. Right? Your son. Now, it doesn't have to be. What it is something that you put all your effort and energy into, and you really did, and you've worked it for at least, I would say, up to 8 years. You've been working really diligently on this, and there's an implication that there is success here. Brilliance, people noticing you, that's good news. Which lends me to believe my feeling about the sweets card wasn't all correct. But then we have, no, there's no buts actually, let's keep going. We have the Queen of Pentacles, which is a person usually an earth sign, but definitely somebody very responsible, very put together, very respectable, very reliable. She's usually a manager, manages money well. This could also be money coming into you, doing really well financially. Or somebody who is a boss, especially if they're a feminine boss, doesn't have to be female, but feminine. And they're very, very nurturing, kind of, there's a wonderful offer that comes. But then we had some other cards fall out. Bam, an ending. And that's abrupt. feeling backstabbed, feeling betrayed, almost realizing that maybe things weren't going as good as you thought they were going. But the good thing about the Ten of Swords is it's really gotten as bad as it's going to get. It's done. And then we have the Hanged Man, waiting. Something that you've been waiting a while for because you worked really hard on, you just got some bad news about. I'm going to tell you that right now. But there's also this, Ace of Cups, love. And I don't understand how it all fits together, but we're going to keep digging deep. For those of you who are born at the very end of Cancer season, it's your natal sun. I'm talking the very end. I mean, like, if your birthday is the 20th and 21st of Cancer, your natal sun is in opposition to Pluto. Today, like right now, as it moves, it was in opposition to Pluto when it was in Capricorn, so it's still in opposition to Pluto. And the movement of Pluto is what's going to reverberate this new energy or shift where the opposition is coming from. And Aquarian energy is different than Capricorn energy because it focuses on different things. Capricorn, it very much focuses on what the person, the individual can do and how they can build out and contribute to building out their career. Rules, laws, restrictions, regulations. Aquarian energy does not. It considers everybody. It considers the whole world. It considers the community. It considers what is right for everyone involved in this situation. So if you've been rolling in some messed up shit, it's going to hit you like a wrecking ball. And it's going to make you reevaluate your choices, which is what oppositions are supposed to do. So let's get some, please explain this to me. Because it seems like there's been something that you've been waiting for. King of Cups is here. No, I want to know what the Ten of Swords is here for, because everything around this is such good news. And then, bam, the fucking Tower. Yep. I need clarification. I'm not going any further until I get clarification. Please clarify this Ten of Swords. Please clarify this Ten of Swords is the Tower. So in other words, you thought everything was fine. Everything was wonderful and hunky-dory. But all of a sudden, there's an ending. An abrupt ending. Could have something to do with this little fire sign. Maybe a fuck boy, maybe just making the wrong decisions, maybe starting something new, maybe being interested in something new that shocked you. Maybe a new interest, but I think that it's in response to something catastrophic happening. So I'm going to try to, you give me the Tower twice, God. That's not good enough. What is this Tower? News, Knight of Swords, a decision, or somebody made a rash decision, moved in too quickly. What is it? Specifically, Knight of Wands. You got two knights on the table. Could be about war, could be about military, could be about soldiering, could be about just you took an action. It was maybe not spontaneous, but it was definitely reactionary. It was definitely impulsive, but you moved forward with something. That's what it's clarifying. Maybe two guys. A fire sign and an air sign. If so, the surprise or the big hit came to the fire sign. The biggest hit. So you have the King of Cups here. Upright. I don't think somebody's really being honest about their feelings. I think they're holding back. They don't want to. Why are they holding back? Please clarify. There's such good stuff. I don't think that this makes the good stuff go away. It's just like a bad thing that happens in the middle of a bunch of good things that makes the good things feel not so good, because why couldn't this just be happy? Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so why is the King of Cups here? And you still haven't really told me about the Tower. It could be two different people, two different men. Ace of Pentacles is here. It's falling out again. It's clarifying this tower might not be directly related to you. This tower is something that God is not telling me what it is, but it is saying the reaction or the outcome for you is somehow career opportunity. So something that shifts on a global or national scale ends up money for you. I don't know if it's money or just maybe a job, options, opportunity, but it does present you with this opportunity and you're going to grab it because honestly, you're ready. You're going to be in a position where you will absolutely see this is an opportunity. I am not missing out on this. It just doesn't happen to us easy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want life to be easy. I'm not complaining about it not being easy, but it's always complicated. You know what I'm saying? Listen, once again, these towers don't negate. I think the sun and all this celebration actually comes from the tower. It's because of the towers. Like you've been praying for this breakthrough, praying for this breakthrough. The breakthrough comes in a hurricane or a tornado. And that's not a good thing. And it kind of sideswipes you and everybody else. I'm not predicting hurricane and tornado. I'm just saying it's like something you can't control because that's a tower. But boy, oh boy, does it clear shit up. And yes, the tower I relate to Pluto. So you can expect over the next year. How long is this going to take? Yeah, because Pluto will take time to settle into Aquarius. It's about to retrograde a couple of times over the next year. It'll take time to settle into Aquarius. And that's when you'll really feel the shift and the impact. A new start is coming. That's what it's talking about. And I think it does shock you. In fact, it came out. What happened on the new moon? You want to talk to me about that? Leave the comments below. Feel free. And remember, there's always an extended reading that, I hope you will join me for. And if you're watching this on TV, that's so cool. But you won't get any of the links. Always find me on Born Without Boundaries Vimeo. Or you can just have your cell phone app, your YouTube app with cell phone on your YouTube on cell, you can YouTube on desktop, laptop, all of those, the links will be available to you up here. You can click right on it, get right to it. Down below, top of the description box. A new start is coming. What happened, dude, around that new moon? Okay. Details. I want the deets. Tell me, God, what happened around the new moon? What happened around the new moon? You got your heart broken. I mean, God just done answered me real clear. Now, understand something. I don't know what you're talking about, Michelle. I'm not in a romantic relationship. Let me tell you something, bitch. If a romantic relationship is the only thing that's ever broken your heart, then your heart has not been into it. You haven't been living your life. You can get your heart broken over a job. You can get your heart broken over anything you care enough about to really be shattered that it hasn't worked. Because you put a lot of work in. Heartbreak. And it came in quick, man. And you didn't even expect that shit. There were secrets kept. And it just nailed you like an arrow to the heart. And that is exactly where it landed. Sometime around this new moon. So we got the tower on the table. There's a lot of good stuff still going on for you. And I think that point of impact was also when this opportunity started to form. So you go from the beginning of this week or around the new moon, really. So it's a little bit before the beginning of this because the new moon was Tuesday. This week is like, well, because it's a tarot reading, it's whenever the week you see it is. But I'm talking it's a little bit before, a few days before. It was around the new moon because the moon card came out. This is Piscean energy. There were definitely things that you did not know that struck you. But I gotta tell you, let me say this. This new start is gonna lead, this new thing, it was maybe a bad start, you would think of it as. But look where it's leading. Let's get into the extended. I will see you guys there.